From Washington, this is VOA News. Hello, I'm Steve Miller. U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a new warning to North Korea.
And if he utters one threat in the form of an overt threat, which, by the way, he has been uttering for years, and his family has been uttering for years, or if he does anything with respect to Guam or any place else that's an American territory or an American ally, he will truly regret it, and he will regret it fast.
Trump's comments come as the Chinese Global Times says Beijing will not assist North Korea if it launches a first strike that threatens U.S. soil and the U.S. retaliates. President Trump also said he's considering possible military action against Venezuela in response to President Nicolás Maduro's power grab.
We have many options for Venezuela. And by the way, I'm not going to rule out a military option. We have many options for Venezuela.
He added that it's certainly something that we could pursue. Trump had been blasting Maduro's moves to consolidate power, describing him as a dictator. 10 Nobel Peace Prize winners are appealing to Saudi Arabia's king and the crown prince to show mercy and halt the executions of 14 young people sentenced to death for participating in protests in 2012. The American Federation of Teachers have also urged President Donald Trump to demand that Saudi Arabia halt the executions. In a letter released on Friday, the laureates say the 14 minority Shiite Muslims were convicted in a mass trial and sentence based on the actions of the worst defendant. This is VOA News. The chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, or IEBC, on Friday said that the body was confident that the presidential election in Kenya was properly conducted. Wafula Chebukati also said that Nairobi and the election management system used for voting was successful despite only a few technical hitches.
We are confident that the manner in which these elections were conducted has demonstrated that the Commission has matured and joined the ranks of mature electoral management bodies. In turn, the country has joined the family of mature democracies that are able to conduct and deliver credible and fair elections.
Incumbent Uhuru Kenyatta was declared the winner of Tuesday's election with 54% of the vote. However, the opposition claims that the election was rigged. Two passenger trains collided on Friday just outside Egypt's Mediterranean port city of Alexandria. From Cairo, Edward Uranian has the story.
Ambulance crews and rescue workers combed through the wreckage of two passenger trains which collided on Egypt's main rail line between the capital Cairo and the country's second largest city of Alexandria. A train from the city of Port Said reportedly failed to heed a warning signal, colliding with the train from Cairo. Egyptian media reported that the driver of one of the two trains that collided died on the spot and that the other was arrested and taken in for questioning, as is the custom in Egypt after a major accident involving the loss of life. Edward Uranian for VOA News, Cairo.
The commander of Somalia's Custodial Corps, General Hussein Hassan Osman, has survived an apparent assassination attempt inside Mogadishu's central prison. Authorities said General Osman survived the attack and was rushed out of the prison. Witnesses say a man ran after the commander when he stepped out of his car on his way to a mosque inside the prison. A security guard intercepted the suspect, forcing the attacker to detonate a suicide vest, killing the soldier and wounding 3 others. Security sources say that 3 people were arrested. A lawmaker from Pakistan's ruling party says the wife of deposed Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif will run for a seat in Parliament. It's the same seat that was left vacant after her husband was disqualified from office in the country's Supreme Court for concealing assets. The election will take place next month. Lawmaker Shahid Khan Abbasi replaced the 3-time Prime Minister Sharif after the Supreme Court's ruling on July 28th. From Washington, I'm Steve Miller.
That's the latest world news from VOA.